Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. The time has finally come. I think we're done with Masterbooks, and I am going to talk about that a little bit in today's video, so stick around. I can't say we'll never use them again. But now this is now 3 curriculums that I have purchased and tried from them that did not work. And just to kind of refresh your memory, or if you're new, we did Masterbooks math. I can't even remember, what is it? Math lessons for a living education. The first level, I believe, or maybe it was the K level or something. I don't remember exactly, but we did like one of those kind of beginner, one of the early maths. That it did work for us for a little while, and then it just didn't. That's that. Then for this school year, I thought maybe we would just try something that was just kind of light, just kind of an extra fun thing to add in, and I really took some time to think about these, and I really was trying to be intentional with my purchases and with something, things that I thought would actually be of benefit to our homeschool, not just, this looks really cool and so I'm just gonna buy it. And those 2 things were the My Story K and also Where Faith Grows. So this is level 1, and obviously this is the K level. I think the problem is, I think the levels are a little too low for my daughter, first of all, which is kind of hard. It was kind of hard to figure out where she fit in. But I didn't want to go too hard because these were new curriculums for us. And so I figured it would be better for it to be a little bit easy than for it to be too difficult. So, and just for reference here, my daughter is 6, and as far as Gather Round is concerned, she is currently in the early reader level. And then I don't know if it helps at all, but in the Good and the Beautiful math, she's towards the end of the math 1 for the Simply Good and Beautiful math 1. If that kind of helps you maybe gauge where she's at. So let's start with this one, Where Faith Grows level 1. Honestly, I feel like this is cute, and this would work really well for like a Sunday school class, or I mean, honestly, even a school, this would work really well for, because you have these 2 kiddos, and you just read and read and read. And I read enough, quite honestly. I don't want to have 4 and 5 pages that I'm reading. So you're literally just reading all of this, and then you have these little extra books that go with it, which I do have her read this, but you're reading like just a couple of pages, so it's not like you're reading the book, the entire book. It takes the entire curriculum to get through both of these, so it's really only just, a page or 2. Anyways, so then I read all this, we do our memory verse. And I will say everything that we use has a memory verse. So we're actually not memorizing any verses, because there's like 4 of them. So yeah. But yes, so we read this, and then we read this little section, and then here is find pictures of things you're thankful for and glue them on the page. This sounds very simple and very easy, which it is. However, it's like, I don't know, there's just, to me, there's not any like meat to it, which is really what I was wanting. I feel like this would be great for even maybe like the preschool into kindergarten level, like when you're really just kind of introducing the fundamentals. I feel like this would be good for that. Just kind of like those general topics, like not getting too heavy or too involved, which I thought would be good for us, but, and I need something that's similar to that, but that's just a little bit more to it. This is just a little too gentle. And the way that I had planned on using it, so you're supposed to do, the lessons even are confusing. You do like one lesson for 2 weeks, but you only do 3 days a week. So it's like you have lesson 3, days 1, 2, and 3, and then the next week you have lesson 3 with days 4, 5, and 6. So whatever. But we tried a couple different ways and it just was not working. So finally I was like, we are just on Tuesdays, we're going to do our Bible. And then on Thursdays, we're going to do My Story K. And we're just going to, all in one sitting, we're just going to do what we are supposed to do over those 3 days. Cause it's literally like maybe 10 minutes for the lesson. And then like, she's just out of this, like she's out of these things here. And I mean, there is like these cute little motions that you can do with your memory verses, but like there's no real instruction, and I don't know, she just really wasn't into it. But here you can see there's like conversation between Maya and Abby. I have to read all of that. And because we're not breaking them up into the different days, it kind of doesn't really work, because, you know, you get to the next one and then it's referring to what happened yesterday or whatever. And so it's not working. It's not working. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with it. It just seems very, like I said, just very surface level. It doesn't really, it's not doing anything for us. It's not really like, basically it's wasting, I don't want to say wasting our time, because it's not a waste, but we could be using our time better on something that is a little bit more engaging and a little bit more thought-provoking. So that's my feelings on that one. And then with My Story K, y'all, this is just confusing. There are so many like sections and like none of them really go together. And then there's like these weird, like there's a lot of flashcards, which are okay, but then like there's no real time that you use them. Like you pick them, you get your flashcard whenever it like kind of prompts you in the lesson, and then you put them in your little suitcase as you journey through wherever you're journeying, and then like that's it. Like there's nothing else to do with them. And this one to me is just, I don't know. It just, again, I feel like maybe it's just too young. And it's not nearly what I thought it was going to be. Like my initial thoughts looking through, I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like it, you know, it will kind of weave things together. And I showed you guys these pages I thought were going to be really cool. Like this My Book Time, where it's like all these cool things that you get to add in. Like that's literally the best part of it. And they're the same every day. Like it's the same type of thing. I don't know. I don't dig it. So like you read this little section. This is the lesson 5, day 1. So we were doing, we were doing 1 lesson a week. So it was supposed to be 1 lesson a week broken up into 2 days. So I was just doing 1 lesson on our Thursday. So you have this little section, this is the beginning. So you have your word collector, which your word is play, which you find at the front. Where is it? I don't even know. Oh, maybe it's in the, I don't even know, because there's so many things. I don't even know. But it gives you like a page with like a random sentence, and then you just circle it on the random page that says play. But these are different. You have language cards in here, but it's not the same as these. Okay, and then we read this section here, and then you have your scripture, which then you can also get one of these, and then your language, like the language, it doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's just a language with a country, which is okay, but again, like it doesn't go with anything. It's just like, okay, here's your memory verse, and now you can go to this place, and here's how to say this language. And then you also get a flashcard for that you can put in your thing, which I was kind of excited about that, because there's a lot of places in here, are a lot of, you know, different languages and things, and it tells you the pronunciation, how to say thank you in all the different languages, which is kind of cool, but it doesn't, like, it just doesn't have anything to do with what we're doing here. And then here you're making a 3D car, I guess is what you're supposed to do. So you're supposed to cut that out and tape it together, I guess. And then this is some more reading and that you can just read, and then that's it. It looks like maybe there's a little question in there, but that's really it. And then here's a couple questions, and then you go to your book, which this was lesson 5. Yeah, so like I said, it's just, again, it's very surface level. It's like, I just feel like it's too young. And then, so then you go to your My Book Time, and we were very confused the first time we ever did this, because you fill in the sections here. So it tells you a friend's name. So it's kind of like those, are those called Mad Libs? Where it, like, you have to, it's like a story and you just have to fill in words, and you don't realize what they are until, you know, like the end of the story. Anyways, so you put in a friend's name, a favorite game, and your student's first name. So like my daughter's name. So then you put number 1 in here, number 2, and number 3. That's okay. But it's just like that for everything. And to have, my daughter is not the biggest fan of writing. And so, like, there's no additional option here. I didn't have the capacity to try and figure out some other way that we could make it work, because it already wasn't making sense. And then, like, we just have this random box of, like, note card things that I spent an hour cutting all of these things out. And then it's just like, in Korea, this is how they say thank you, and this is how it's pronounced. Cut out your card. Okay, and then there's literally, that's it. Like, you never come back to it again. So it just doesn't make any sense. Like I said, I feel like mainly the main thing is that it's just too surface level. It's too easy, that things just aren't really connecting, it seems. And I'm not digging it. I feel like it's not giving us any additional information. It's not making us think about anything. It's not teaching anything new. Yeah. So I think we're going to be done with these. But now, this being our second go round with Masterbooks now, and I understand they're completely different. We've got like a social studies, a Bible, and a math. But I feel like that gives me a good variety, you know, of subjects from Masterbooks, to say that their approach probably doesn't work for us. It seems to be very gentle, very light. And it's just not engaging in a way that works for us at this point. Again, not to say that, you know, we'll never go back to it, or I won't find something else that maybe we'll try in the future or anything like that. Just at this point, this ain't it. So I don't know what we're going to do with these, because obviously some of them, you know, we've written in a couple things and I've cut out some stuff, whatever. It probably will just go in the trash can, which I'm not excited about. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I am not going to try and make it work. So that is that. If you guys have had any experience with either of these, I would love to know just your thoughts. Maybe I'm missing something here. I'll hang on to these, you know, for a little bit, just to make sure. I don't want to immediately just throw them in the trash. And, you know, but if you guys have any experience or thoughts on these or anything like that, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.